All right, peeps, I'm gonna try a new technique I haven't done before. I've only seen it on videos. I'm gonna do an ocean wave. All right, so my tools are, I have a sheet of plastic. That's gonna be my swipe tool, along with, if I need them, a couple of small spatulas. My colors are China Blue, Blue Bonnet, Granite Gray, and English Navy. I've got white for my background, and I put a little hologram glitter into my background and the China Blue. I've mixed them all up in small cups along with silicone, so it's going to be easier to handle. I pre-mix my paint for my classes. That way people don't have to wait. We did a class last weekend for my granddaughter. Yeah. And we had 14 people paint. And it still took me like an hour to get everybody ready. So it really helped that I pre-mixed the paint so that they didn't have to wait for each color to get mixed up. I have, oh Lord, I don't know, like 50 colors mixed up. So if you want to come and do a class with me, you can do just about any color you can imagine. Plus, we can experiment with combining colors, you know, blending, mixing, to get whatever it is that you want to match. So you should come down and do a class. It's a lot of fun. Everybody enjoys it. It's kind of freeing because you can't make the paint do anything. The paint's gonna do what the paint's gonna do. You can't control it, you can't force it, and you just hope that your color combinations work and that the technique that you choose to do, whether it's a swipe like this is going to be, or a pour, or a string pull. Those are gorgeous, by the way. They look like feathers or flowers. All right, I'm gonna have to get my hands dirty so I can speed this up. It was good for getting it ready, but it's taken too long. And the reason I do a white base coat on most of my paintings is so that the paint flows better. Wet follows wet. So having that base coat of white or black or whatever you choose to do is going to help it to cover the painting or to flow in the direction that you'd like it to go. And I've got way too much paint. So what I'm going to do is pour some of it back into my container. I'm just going to let it drip off. And that way I won't lose as much of my colors that I'm going to pour. It's too much paint. It's not a bad thing, but it's going to make your colors flow off your canvas a lot more than if it was drier. So we're just going to make sure that it's just wet with white and that it's got good coverage. Excuse my sniffling. Of course, when I have paint on my fingers is when my nose is going to decide that it wants to sniffle. All right, that's much better. All right, so the examples that I've seen online, God, I can't remember her name. I am so sorry. But she does a dark color across the bottom, then the medium color, then the gray she takes up, and the light blue and the medium blue she takes up. And does a swipe with a large spatula. My spatula is at the studio, so I've got to use what I have on hand. And I've seen and tried the plastics, and it seems to work really well. Oh, I was gonna grab a straw. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a straw because I want to feather the edges or lace the edges so that the wave looks like it's just totally spraying. And I know from practice that a straw is going to do that. So, got my straw. Okay, I won't hold you up anymore. Let's do this. Oop, I'm losing my Bluetooth. So we're gonna go with the dark across the bottom and up a little bit. Then the medium across and up a little bit further. And then the light up. Oop, I meant to grab the gray. And then the gray to come up and finish that wave. And I'm going to save a little bit in the cups just in case I need to add, because it always happens I end up with dry spots, for me anyway, end up with dry spots and need to touch them up. So here we go. So we're gonna drag the paint. I'm not nearly as smooth as I would like to be. Brush that off. And then I'm gonna drag it back down. And I'm going to try to drag some of this white up in. To help get it that spray look. Add some white in the center. I am not getting that definitive wave look, so I'm going to try to bring that up and around. I don't know if you can hear my TV, but I had the Night Movie with Heath Ledger on. Still not getting that edge of the wave that I want, so I'm going to you can see I have a lot of paint on here. So I'm going to try to drag some of it off. As I said, I haven't tried this before, and this is an experiment. So forgive me for making a mess. This is not the right tool. I wish I had my big spatula. It's going to take some practice to get this working for me. Wiping my nose and putting paint on my face.